Okay, I guess we can get started. Welcome to our virtual open house at UConn. My name is Dave Kaputa. I am the Director of Undergraduate Studies and Assistant Department Head here in the BME department. I'm also Director of our Clinical Engineering Master's Program, so you may see me listed that way on our website also. Biomedical engineering is basically an integration of engineering disciplines with life science and medicine. In our program, you'll be exposed to electrical, mechanical, material science, computer engineering, as well as physics, biology, chemistry, physiology. And we use those to solve healthcare problems or healthcare issues. Okay, the piece we're missing from engineering and life science is the actual application, which is used in medicine. We're not making doctors or nurses or healthcare people here, but we're applying engineering and life science to help people in those areas. As far as where engineers work, it's a whole bunch of places. In industry, manufacturing and research, any medical product company, pharma companies. In the government, we work in both regulatory and research areas, and these would be with the FDA, the NIH, or the NSF. In healthcare, we do work in hospitals. That's a subset of biomedical engineering called clinical engineering. And there's also other healthcare organizations that our students work at. And of course, in academia, we have research, both hospital and university-based, and academic teaching. Because BME is so interdisciplinary, we find our students working at other companies as well. They are getting the broad engineering background, and there are companies that wouldn't traditionally fall into this list that are looking for engineers, but engineers who have that specific BME background. BME is also a growing field. 20 years ago, areas that BMEs were not working in, they now actively working. So since it is interdisciplinary and a growing field, where they can end up working is just going to keep expanding. Salaries, pretty much engineers, regardless of the discipline, are all going to be looking at this range as a starting. There's usually a little change between regions in the country. You know, places like San Francisco, cost of living is higher, so these salaries are going to be more towards the upper end. Okay, question was, for employment, is a graduate degree expected? No, you don't need a graduate degree. You can get a position directly out of your undergrad. The vast majority of our students go directly from undergrad into employment. Okay, having an advanced degree of any type is, of course, going to open up more doors and different opportunities. We do offer what we call a fifth-year master. It's really just a standard master's degree. But what you can do is during your senior year, take courses in addition to the courses needed for your undergrad degree, or courses that will count for both your undergrad and grad degree, and apply them to a graduate degree at UConn. So effectively, you can complete your master's by going one additional year to UConn. So after 4 years, you would have your bachelor's in engineering, and your fifth year, you would take any additional courses to meet the graduate school requirement for a master's. And that requirement is either 7 courses and a thesis, but most of the students doing a Plan B which is just taking 10 additional courses, several of which you can take while you're still an undergrad. And since this is a standard master's degree, it's not a special fifth-year degree, should you get employment, okay, if you're in the program, you can still continue doing your master's at UConn, but just do it part-time, okay? So it's not an either or. If you apply to the graduate program, get accepted, and then find a job, if you're going to be in the area, you can still continue in that. If you're not going to be in the area, we also have a master's in engineering program, an MEng program, which is 100% online, where you could continue your master's work. Okay, honors classes. When you register for engineering classes in BME, you'll see some courses are designated with honors and non-honors sections. Okay, the ones with honor sections, you would enroll in that section, and that would automatically count towards the honors program. Okay. That is true of engineering classes and also non-engineering classes. Okay. There's also the possibility you can petition for a class to be used towards the honors. If you go to the honors website at UConn, okay, which should be, and I'm just double checking it here, I believe it's just honors.uconn.edu, but let me check. Yeah, it's honors, honors.uconn.edu. Okay, all the specifics about the honors program are there. Okay, and what the course requirements are, which courses you have to take. They do require a certain number of courses within the discipline. And like I said, when you're registering for courses, if a course is available for honors automatically, you will see an honors section available. And actually, before I do that, let me just go to this page. Hopefully you can see the COVID-19 admissions update page at UConn. This page has a lot of FAQs for those students who are looking to be enrolled this coming fall. Okay, so that's a useful website. And if you just go to the main admissions website, you'll have a link to this. What about BME at UConn? Well, we have 40 core faculty and 35 affiliated. Our 4 core faculty exist either at the UConn campus, which is about 25, and 15 up at the Health Center in Farmington. The research space we have is 12,000 square feet in the Engineering Science Building, which is the building in the photo. That was just put up 2 years ago. And at the Farmington campus, we have about 6,000 square feet of research space. One kind of unique thing about our program is the amount of undergraduate laboratory space we have. We have over 8,000 square feet in the Brownwell building, which is the BME building. It's where the BME office is located and all the faculty offices are located. We currently have 6 rooms dedicated to undergraduate laboratories. So these aren't, we don't do research in these. This is strictly for undergraduate education. We have a shared biomechanics materials lab, an instrumentation lab, senior design and junior design labs, a 3D printing lab, a bio-optics lab, which will be opening up this fall, and a tissue engineering lab, which we just opened this past spring. All these labs give students a lot of hands-on working with equipment. There's a link there to our tissue engineering lab, again, which we just opened. Hopefully, COVID-19 will be a bad memory when the fall rolls around, so it won't affect the ability for students to take these labs. Now, the labs listed here are typically taken junior or senior year in our curriculum. Which lab you take would be dependent on which concentration in BME you're in. Currently, our population is 90 students in the freshman class, about 400 overall. We are an accredited program. We do focus in 4 areas of BME. As I mentioned earlier, BME is interdisciplinary and is growing. And other universities may offer a different mix or different concentration, but these are where our strengths are. And these are the 4 curriculums that we have: a biomaterials tissue engineering link, a biomechanics, computational and systems biology. We used to call that bioinformatics, but now that we do drug discovery and genomics and things like that, it's really moved more to a systems biology program. And instrumentation. Again, the link there will bring you to the actual curriculums. The first 2 years, all students take the same courses. It's math, your life sciences, and things like that. Starting junior year is when you have to specify a concentration. And then the curriculums differ. Okay, so if you were going to do the computational and systems biology curriculum, you would have a lot more courses focused on computer science and molecular and cell biology, and like that. And let me just go back to the questions for a second. Can you comment on the BME pre-med track? Is there a benefit to being honors in that regard? Well, we don't have a biomedical engineering pre-med track per se. However, you can meet some of the requirements that are recommended by the pre-med and pre-dental advisors in our curriculum. Typically, you will need to take 5 additional courses in addition to what you would need for the BME degree to also have the recommended courses by pre-med advisors. Okay. As many as 8, depending on which concentration you go into, since some of the suggested courses by pre-med, okay, are included in our curriculum. Okay, so if you're going to take the recommended courses and all the suggested courses by the pre-med website, then it's going to be somewhere between 5 and 8 courses in addition to what you need for the BME degree. I don't know if there's a benefit to being in honors in that regard. I'm assuming the question is about, does your chance to get into a pre-med program increase if you're in an honors program? What I would recommend is that you go to the BME, or not the BME, but the pre-med pre-dental website at UConn. Okay, and they have contact information there, and they might be able to give you some statistics in terms of how many students are getting in to pre-med from UConn. Also, whether pre-med programs are looking at honors, or what specifically they might be looking at aside from taking a pre-med curriculum.